I just want to say, if you see any smoke come from over here, that is because I am burning incense. There's nothing spooky happening, nothing going on. But yeah. We're back. um, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, hi. Welcome to Kindred Spell. I am Jordan. I just am a little nervous about this topic. It's been a hot topic amongst a lot of creators in the community, and I have been kind of on the outskirts. I'm new. I'm on the outskirts. I watched a couple of people that have gotten involved, but you know, this whole situation has been extremely messy, and because of the contents of my channel, I wanted to touch on it. I have a list of notes. I have a list of notes too as well, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. This is the first creator in terms of tarot that I have seen leave for not only an organized religion, but Christianity of all religions. And when I first heard the news, when I first saw Alex's TikTok, I was hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't really understand. I didn't know what to think. She'd been doing readings for the last year. She addressed in the video that I watched of hers, the last video that I've watched of hers, and she came at it from a really good perspective, in my opinion. It could have taken a completely different turn than what it did. Because, you know, we've all heard with like the rise in fascism and the pressure to join Christianity and conform in that way. It could have gone a very different direction. The direction that she originally took when she uploaded the video is very authentic. She's coming to her audience and saying, hey guys, I want to be transparent with you. Like, I don't want to continue doing tarot videos. And to her audience, it's shocking. To her, less so, because she's been going through this. And I get it. I get the outrage, the intense feelings, the shock. It's why I've taken so long to film this, because I myself have a lot of Christian hurt. Like, I have a lot of hurt from people in Christianity, and I have a lot of experience, like, brings up a lot of shame and a lot of guilt for me personally. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of people. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not taking the time away from the internet and processing their emotions on their own. They are, you know, telling her that she has spiritual psychosis. They are saying that it's because of a man. They are, I don't know. What do you mean? I just tend to believe women when they say, hey, this doesn't have anything to do with the man. Hey, this isn't what you guys think it is. And to a certain extent, she doesn't have to be open with us as her audience. Could she have been transparent about the readings? About that she was taking? Yes. Should she have been transparent with taking readings and continuing to profit from tarot in taking personal readings. Yes. There should be something there, and there is a concern there when it comes to ethics and integrity. Like, that is a risk you take. That's a risk that you take when you hire any spiritual service that you have no experience with prior to them. Like, if you have no experience prior to the practitioner and you give them your money, like, they still gave you that service. So I see both sides of it. Even though the reading ended up being something that you weren't really expecting, or something that you weren't happy with, or like didn't give you a definitive answer like you were looking for, I see both sides. I acknowledge both sides. There is an issue in the ethics of not being transparent with your consumer when it comes to spiritual practices like that. Like, she could have ended up in any other organized religion. She's only 23. She had close to 1 million followers. That is a lot of people to disappoint. I, as an audience member, kind of wished that she had been more transparent with the transition that she was going through and what was happening behind the scenes. But again, we have absolutely no idea what's caused her to make that shift and what's caused her, Alex Reads Tarot, to leave tarot behind. That has to be one of the hardest decisions she's ever made, and that's probably why it's taken her a year to make it. Don't think Witch Talk or any section of the internet should be having the extreme reaction that they're having. Because yes, there are things that she could have done better. And yes, there are things that are questionable about the ethics of making money from people in vulnerable situations. But I think the harshest reaction from it is because she's not turning to another religion. She's turning to Christianity. And anyone, I'm assuming, most people who have entered the spirituality space, witchcraft space, is because they didn't feel a connection to Christianity, or they felt shunned from Christianity. And I completely understand that. I completely understand that hurt. But it doesn't make us any better to, in turn, do it to the same people who leave the community as well, in turn of Christianity. It just doesn't. She has so much more life to live and so many things so much growth to do. The fact that I'm 26 and she's 23, oh my gosh, I'm older than Alex. Like, she didn't come at any of us being like, oh, tarot's evil, oh, you guys are going to hell, oh, this, that, and the other. Like, she didn't throw any of that energy our way. So it doesn't make sense for us to throw that kind of energy back to her. And I know that she's created a TikTok page where she reads scripture. That has to just be a reaction. To me, it gives reaction vibes to the intense reaction that her audience has given her in response to the original exit video. Her trying to find a community within Christianity that is now going to support her when this other community is turning against her. I can't blame her for that. I can't. I know that the backlash from that video has to be negatively impacting her in some way. I hope to God that she's getting off the internet and just taking a step back. But she came off to me in the original video that she was very appreciative of everything that she had built and very thankful for everything that she had built. To me, it didn't seem to come from a place of ill will. It just came from a shift in her perspective, and I hope that wherever she goes and wherever her journey leads her, she feels safe and loved and cared for, because that's all we can ask for as humans and as human beings, is to feel heard and feel understood. And the Christians who are saying, oh, this is a win for our side, I don't think we should view it like that, like a competition. I don't like that. We don't need to hate her, though. We don't need to hate her. She's not, first of all, she's not condemning all of us to hell. Second of all, she's just saying, hey, this is my journey. This is a new route that I'm on. And we should let her. We should let her. She's a human being. The whole point of spirituality and witchcraft is that you have your own power, you have your own path, you have your own say, you find your own community who hears you, who understands you. Any belief that I have that I don't feel resonates with me, I can put it down. I can move on from it. I can be whoever I want to be. And to then in turn have someone exit the community and see such an intense reaction, I get it. There is a rise of fascism. There is an intense feeling of, hey, everyone needs to have babies. Hey, everyone needs to be Christians. Hey, like, I get it. I get the anger and the fear and the feeling of like the practice could be taken. But I don't think attacking Alex is the right call. I understand people wanting refunds and there being an ethical dilemma behind that. I just don't understand why we would be as ugly towards someone who was a huge member of our community leaving as Christians are towards other people leaving Christianity. It feels like a cycle of hurt that some people are repeating and continuing on. And that's just sad to watch, because we're all like, the whole point of the human experience is to be able to grow and develop and learn. None of us are meant to stay the same forever. And it's just sad to watch the shift. I'm sure it's sad for Alex to experience the shift. And if anything, the people who are attacking her and claiming that it's spiritual psychosis or claiming that it's because a man did it, when she's specifically said, no, it's not because a man did it, we're pushing them in the opposite direction instead of leaving her with positive feelings and positive emotions. We're now moving her in a direction that could potentially be harmful because of our harmful reactions. And sometimes we really can just take a breath. We really can just take a breath and process and remove ourselves from the internet. I just really hope that Alex is doing well, mentally, emotionally, that's a lot to take on when you were probably so terrified to post that video because of that exact reaction, and that being your worst fear occurring, and then it occurring. I'm just kind of shocked. I'm kind of shocked that this is the direction that it went in. I get it. I do. I understand. But it makes us no better than anyone else if we're reacting from the same place, that if we're reacting from hurt rather than grounding ourselves and coming at it from a place of love, because that's what people used to do. Like, people used to love her, right? Like, and like idolized her, and people got into tarot because some people got into tarot because Alex got into tarot. And that doesn't necessarily mean that those people that now got into tarot have to go be in Christianity. I've heard that from there were a couple comments that I saw of like, hey, I believed this thing, but because you were investigating and experiencing this route, like, I also want to investigate and experience this route. And that was the thing that drew me in to spirituality, specifically because I was going from a bunch of different creators. I was buying books, I was reading books, I am reading books, going in from a bunch of different perspectives, so that if someone turned away, like Alex did, or decided that this was not the route for them to take, I was still grounded in my own beliefs, because my own beliefs were not centered on this one person. And I think we've become really, I think we've gotten to a point where, oh, we'll just watch these, at least in America, we'll just watch these creators and it'll come from, like, they agree with me, so I support this creator. And like, everyone had, like, we're all freaking humans, bro. We all have different life paths, we all have different destinies, we all have different experiences. And I think it's a huge disservice that we're not asking other people in our lives what their life experiences are. I think that this was an important thing that needed to happen. I mean, for me at least, it made me realize how much hurt I actually had connected to Christianity. It made me realize how my perspective came from a place of hurt initially, rather than a place of love. And I don't think things have to come from love all the time, but I do think they should come from a grounded perspective. That's just me, though. I hope Alex is doing okay. I hope that anyone who's been negatively impacted by the blow up that has been experienced online with this situation is kind of getting better. I hope, and like taking a step back and grounding themselves, I hope that everyone is doing well. We're all human. We all have our own different feelings and emotions, and maybe some of y'all don't agree with me. We can talk about it in the comments below. This is just the stance that I have taken on it. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, it's not one or the other. For me, it's a mix of both, and that's just life. It's what I've discovered in my experience in living, is that things aren't black and white, things are gray. And a lot of hurt can be found in the black and white areas if we're just looking from that perspective. But we all have our own right to do whatever we want. But I don't know. Let me know down in the comments how you feel. Thank you guys for watching.